Okay, I think they're wanting you to simplify the fraction. And what I think that you need to think about when you look at 5 over 15 is there a number that goes into 5 that also goes into 15? And they have a number in common, and it's 5. 5 goes into 5 once. 5 goes into 15 3 times. That's one way that they may be asking you to come up with that. Another thing they may be asking is they may be wanting you to think of it this way. 5 over 15 equals 1 over what? And ask yourself, how do I get from 5 to 1? Well, I divided by 5. So do the same thing with this number, and it'll turn out to be 3. Number 8 said 3/4 equals some number over 8. And ask yourself, what did I do to change 4 into 8? Multiplied it by 2, multiply 3 by 2, and you get 6. That's one way they may be asking you to think about those. Number 9 said 4/12 equals 1 over what? And you could do this thing again. You could say, to get from 4 to 1, I would need to divide by 4, and divide 12 by 4, it would give me 3. Or you could have thought about it like this. 4 out of 12 equals 1 out of how many? And you could have said 4 goes into 4 one time, and 4 goes into 12 3 times, and it would have been 1/3. I don't know which method they're wanting him to use there in the 5th grade. Number 10 says 2/3 is equal to something out of 6. Well, to change 3 into 6, you'd need to multiply it by 2, and 2 times 2 would give you 4. 11 says 3/9 equals 1 out of some number. Now, I'm going to draw a little picture here to show you what we got. We got 9 little blocks, and I'm going to put a check mark in 3 of them. Okay? Now I got 3 out of the 9 checked. So then it would be like saying 1 out of every how many are checked. So if I just divided this into groups where I had 1 check mark. There's a group, there's a group, there's a group. And each of those groups is 1 out of 3. And this may be confusing. If it is, just ignore it. I'm just trying to hit all the little ideas I think might be going on there. 12 says 2/3 equals what out of 9? I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to divide this into 9 blocks. Okay? And 2 out of every 3 need to be checked. So out of this group of 3, I'm going to check 2. Out of this group of 3, I'm going to check 2. Out of this group of 3, I'm going to check 2. So how many did I check out of the entire 9? I checked 6. You could think of this as 3 times 3 gives me 9, and 2 times 3 gives me 6. Number 13 says 12 out of 16 equals 3 out of what number? So if you had 16 boxes, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And if I check 12, okay, then that means that I had checked 3 out of every, see if you divide it like that, look, I've got 3 out of every 4 checked. Or numerically you could have said 12 divided by what number gives you 3. 12 divided by 4 gives you 3. 16 divided by 4 gives you 4. One more way you could have thought about that one is looking at 12 and 16. What number goes into both of them? 2 will go into both of them, and so will 4. 4 goes in here 3 times. 4 goes in here 4 times. Now, if any of this is confusing, just delete it and don't worry about it. But that's my best guess.